Hi there, Amy Starr here. And in this video today, I am going to show you the process that I personally use to generate leads from my Facebook group and to move people from my Facebook group to my email list with their permission, of course. And this is a question that came in from somebody on my email list. If you're on my email list, you might know this, but when somebody joins my email list, one of the emails that they get from me, one of my follow-up emails, always ask them to let me know if there's anything in particular that they're struggling with in their business right now, because I like to make videos to answer people's questions and to help people with different things in their business that they are struggling with. So if you're on my email list and you haven't replied back with an answer to that question, then feel free to do that because I'm happy to create a video just like I'm doing right now. Today's question was sent in by Patrice, and Patrice is trying to figure out, her question was a little bit different than what I'm going to show you today because I can't show you something that I'm not actually doing. She wanted to know how to move people from Facebook onto a spreadsheet and then from the spreadsheet to an autoresponder. I'm just going to show you how I do it, and I don't actually use a spreadsheet. So if you want to learn how to do it with a spreadsheet, then you can probably Google it. Maybe somebody else has a video that teaches that. But in today's video, I'm just going to show you exactly how I do this. So I have this Facebook group that has, at the time I'm shooting this video, it has 294 members in it. The cool thing about this Facebook group is that every single person that has joined this Facebook group has been organic. I didn't invite anybody to this group. I have not done any paid ads to grow this group or anything like that. And so it's just growing kind of slowly and organically, but steadily. And I love this because everybody that's here is here specifically because they did a Facebook search, or Facebook is starting to recommend my group now, which I'm going to show you in a second, because I have questions that people answer when they join the group. And one of the questions, it asks them how they found the group. So it's been interesting to see how people are finding my group, and it's been completely organically. That being said, if you have a group that's growing really, really, really fast and you have thousands and thousands and thousands of members and hundreds of people joining every single day, the process that I'm going to show you might not work as well for you. It works for me because my group is, I might have a few people joining each day and I can do this process really easily, manually. If you're needing to add hundreds of people to your email list every day, then you're going to probably want some type of a third-party tool to help you do that. So I just wanted to say that. But in the beginning, it's a very simple process. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So like I said, I have membership questions set up. So when somebody comes to this page and they want to join my group and they click the join group button, what's going to happen is these membership questions are going to pop up. So when you have a group of your own, you'll see over here where it says membership questions, and you can create your own questions. So my first question is, how did you find this group? If someone referred you, please provide their name so I can thank them. So this question lets me know where my traffic is coming from. How are people finding my group? This is helpful information for me to have. And again, if someone is referring them, I also want to know that too, so that I can, thank the person that's sharing my group with people. The second question that I have is, are you open to learning ways to earn income outside of what you're currently doing? If yes, what's your best email to send the info? So for your group, the question is, if you're using questions like this, you want to have the question be something that basically something that you can offer people, that you can provide once they're on on your email list, something that can help them move the needle in their business, right? So for me, I show people how to earn additional streams of income. And so that's what my question is about. But for you, like if you're in, let's say you're in like the fitness or weight loss niche, maybe you're saying, would you like to learn some different strategies to be more effective with your weight loss or whatever, a question that pertains to the people in that group, right? So you would have a question like that, and then see here where I say, if yes, what's your best email to send the info? I'm getting their permission. They're giving me their email address, right? I'm not like randomly scraping their email address from Facebook and putting them on my email list, they're saying, yes, I want the information and here's my email address. Okay, so here's where they put in their email address. And then the third question I have is, if you live in the USA, what mobile number can we send the information to? So as you're probably aware, people are much more likely to see a text than an email. People do open their emails, but they get a lot of emails and some of them kind of fall through the cracks. So I always offer people the opportunity to get it via text as well if they live in the US. And I use a service where I can take the number that they put in here and put it into the service, and it automatically sends them the message. So I'll show you that as well. But you don't have to do this. Like if you don't want to do the phone number part, you don't have to. I like to be able to communicate via text with people as well. So I have this question here. So these are the questions that people answer when they join the group. And you can have these questions be required. If you don't want to let people in unless they answer these questions, you can do that. I don't have it set up that way, so it's optional. If they don't answer these questions, they're still going to get into the group. But obviously, I'm not going to add them to my email list or my text list or anything like that. They'll just get access to the group and they won't get additional communication from me. Okay, so what happens when somebody answers these questions is, you can see over here for today, I have 2 member requests and 13 automatic member approvals. So the requests, basically the way that I have it set up is that if somebody doesn't answer all of the questions, they end up here where it says member requests. And if somebody does answer all of the questions, they end up here. What's cool about this automatic member approvals section is if somebody answers all the questions and they end up here, Facebook stores all of their answers all in one place for me. And this is why I don't use a spreadsheet, because I can go and I can see all of my members and I can see all of their answers to the questions. I can grab their email address and their phone number and put it into my email autoresponder and into my phone text autoresponder, all from this page. So I'll just show you what this looks like real quick. And I'm going to gray stuff out to protect people's privacy. So this is going to show you the automatically approved members for the last 28 days. So after that, they disappear, but you can easily take their information from here and move it. You have 28 days to move it to a spreadsheet or wherever you want to move it. In my case, all I do is I come through and I see, like, see, how did you find this group? He said it popped up in my Facebook feed. That's awesome. Facebook is sharing my group with people. I love knowing that. So that is a result of just being consistent in your group and engaging with your group. And after a while, if people are engaging and people are joining and people are getting value out of your group, Facebook is going to start recommending your group to people. So I love seeing that. The next question, are you open to learning ways to earn income? He provided his email address. So now I'm going to take that email address and I'm going to add it to my email autoresponder. And then the last question, I said, if you live in the USA, what mobile number can we send the information to? And he says Australia. So he doesn't have a US phone number. So I'm not going to worry about that. So for each person, I can come through and I can see their answers. Like here's another one. Facebook recommended it to him. Here's his email address. He's not in the US. Okay, here's another one. She said the way she found out about my group was an online article about daily hashtags. Well, that's good to know that there's an online article about daily hashtags that provided traffic to this group, right? I just like knowing how people find their way here. So this is helpful information. She gives me her email address and her phone number. So I add her to my autoresponder and my text autoresponder as well. Now, if people don't answer all 3 of the questions, they're going to end up on this member request list. And Facebook doesn't save these names and information. So, once you approve the person, their questions go away. Here, you don't have to approve them because they're automatically approved if they answer all of the questions. If for some reason, like I'm looking through, and I've never had to do this in this group before, but if I'm looking through here and these answers are like inappropriate in some way, I can remove the member right here. If they don't answer all the questions, then I have to manually approve them. So let me show you what that looks like. So here are the member requests, and you can see that, in this case, she answered 2 out of the 3 of the questions, right? And this is fine. She didn't answer the one about the phone number. No big deal. I'm going to take her before I approve her, because these answers again are going to disappear if she's not on the automatically approved list. So in that case, I'm going to take her email address before I click approve so that I can add it to my autoresponder, and then I'll approve her, and then I'll be able to stay in touch with her via email. In this case, she didn't really answer any of the questions, but that's okay. She's not doing anything wrong, so I'm going to approve her as well. And I can go ahead and approve her right now because she didn't leave me any information. And just as a side note, sometimes people say yes, they want more information about how to earn other streams of income online, but then they don't provide their email address. Because I kind of have, in this question, are you open to learning about ways to earn income outside of what you're currently doing? If yes, what's the best email to send the info? It's kind of 2 questions. So sometimes people answer the first one and they don't put their email address in. And so what I do in that case is if you hover over the person, you can click message. And then I would just message the person, send them a quick message that says, hey, I see that you were requesting to join my Facebook group and that you asked for some additional information about how to earn income online. And I'm happy to send that to you. I just need your email address. So shoot me over your email address and I'll send you the information right away. So I just give them another chance to give me their email address because I figure that they probably just forgot to put it in, and I need it in order to send them the information that they want. And, like sometimes it'll say, of course, or yes, exclamation point, but no email address. So I want to make sure that if they did intend to get on my email list, that I make sure that I get them on there. But most of the time, it'll just automatically show up. So anyway, that's the cool thing about this automatic member approvals. And you can set this up. Like I have it set up to automatically approve people if they answer all of the questions. If you want to just automatically approve everybody so that Facebook will just store that information, you can do that too. You don't have to set it up that way. It'll give you different options as far as how you want to set that up. So all I do is I come in here every day and I grab, the member requests and the automatic approvals, and I grab their email addresses and I put them into my autoresponder, and any phone numbers that I get, I put them into my text autoresponder. So I'll start with this one since I can't approve her until I go ahead and do this because I don't want her email address to disappear. So I'm going to copy the email address, and then I'm going to come over to my autoresponder. I just want to show you guys how I have this set up. I just have an email that's set up. Once I add a subscriber, they automatically get a follow-up email. And this is what my email looks like. You can have yours be whatever you want, but it just says, the title is welcome to my Facebook group. I'm so glad you're here. And then, because they're being added to my email list from my Facebook group. So I know they're a member of my Facebook group. So then I just say, I'm happy to have you as a member of my online marketing growth hacks for entrepreneurs Facebook group. When you joined, you also requested some information about additional ways to earn income in addition to what you're already doing. I'm happy to provide that for you here. Reminding them that they asked me to email them, right? And then, but first, in case we haven't met, my name is Amy Starr Allen. And then I just give them a little bit of background about myself. And then I explain, you wanted to learn more about how I create a full-time income online. So here you go. This is a free 183, I should say, page ebook, and it was written by my dear friend Nick. If you're a student of marketing, this will be really worth your time. And I just, explain a little bit what they're going to learn, and I say this is the process that I use and swear by too. Take a peek and let me know what you think. So all I'm doing is I'm giving them a resource. This resource is going to show them how to earn as many streams of income as they want online. This book is so valuable. And I didn't even write it. My friend Nick wrote it, but it provides a ton of value, and it provides some income streams that are built in that I'm an affiliate for. So, this is an income stream for me as well. So, if you don't even know anything about this book and you're watching this video on YouTube and you want to learn more about it, I will also put the link below so that you can grab this book. It's so good. It's free. It's called The Escape Plan. It's amazing. So it's for people that want to, it's the escape plan. It's for people that want to learn how to be job optional and create unlimited income streams online. And many of them are residual. So that's the other thing that I love about it, because it shows you how to create streams of income that come in whether you work or not. And this has been a godsend for me. So this is what I'm sharing with my people. So this is the email that they get once I add them to my list. The process of adding them to my list is very simple. So I'm in Aweber. You might have a different autoresponder and they're all going to look a little bit different, but in Aweber, up here you would just make sure that you have the correct list selected. So you would have already set up your list, set up your follow-up email. As you can see, I only have the one email here, because what happens is after they get that one email, they're going to start to get emails from me with any other updates. Like every time I have a new YouTube video or blog post or whatever, they're just going to be hearing from me on a regular basis. So this is their first access onto my email list, but I don't have a bunch of follow-up emails because I email my list pretty much every day anyway. So, I just have the introduction email, and then from there, they'll just get my regular broadcast emails. So make sure you have the group selected up here, and then I just come to subscribers. And you'll see up here it says add subscribers. And I'm just going to say add one at a time. Now, like I was saying before, if you're getting tons and tons and tons of subscribers at once, you're probably going to want to use a tool like Zapier or some third-party tool to take your subscribers from Facebook and put them on a spreadsheet, and then you can upload the spreadsheet right here, okay? I'm not going to teach that today because I'm not actually doing that at this point. So I just add them one at a time, and it's super quick. So even if I have like 5 or 10 or whatever, it's still super quick. So I just go add one at a time. And then all I do is I put in their first name. I don't ever use anything in my emails other than a first name. So I put in their first name and their email, and that's it. And you'll see down here it says select a follow-up message. You can choose if you only want them to get your broadcast messages, or if you want them to get your autoresponder. It shows I have one auto response. I want them to get that. So I have that checked. So I would just put in the first name and the email right here. So again, I copied it from here and I pasted in here, and I'm going to put in her first name. And then I'm just going to click add subscriber. And that's it. And then if I have additional ones, I would just come in and do the same exact thing. I would just go, I would just come in here, grab the next one, and just do that however many times until they're all added. And then, like I said, they're automatically going to get that follow-up email as soon as I add them to this list. They're going to get that from me. And then if they give me a phone number, I'm going to add them to my text list, and they're going to get a text from me as well. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, so the program that I use for my text is called Scipio, scipio.com. And so all I do here is, over here you can see where it says campaigns, and I have a campaign called New Lead Nurturing. So all I do is I've created an introduction message right here. So as soon as I add somebody's phone number to my text list, they get this message from me. And it's basically the same message that they get via email, except it's a condensed version that just says, this is the exact formula that I use to build my business in under 30 minutes per day. And I give them a link to the same thing that I was giving them a link to in the email, and just a quick question. And then it says, I'll check in tomorrow, or reply back with questions. And then this one is set up to go out after 1 day. So this is just another text that they're going to get, a follow-up from me that says, thought I'd follow up from yesterday. See if you had any questions I can answer. Feel free to text anytime. I'm here to support you along your online marketing journey. Talk soon. So this is just a way that I can put their phone number in once, and then this system will automatically send them a couple of text messages. And that way, if they have any questions, they can just reply back via text, and I can answer their questions. And I've had this happen multiple times where people have sent me questions, and I've answered a couple questions for them, and then they were ready to get started working with me. So this works really, really, really well. So in this case, again, like there are a lot of different platforms that do this. This one is called Scipio. And in this one, all I do is I come under the contacts tab and I click add contacts, new contact. So I would put in their first name, their last name, and their mobile number. That's all I put in. And then I come down to campaigns, and I'm going to select new lead nurturing. Remember, I showed you that was the campaign that I want to be sent to my new leads. I also have a group so that if I want to send a group text, I have a group called New Leads, so I add them to that group as well, because I can send broadcast messages through Scipio as well. So I can just like send out a message to everybody on my list if I want to. And so if I do that, I'm going to select the group New Leads because that's what I called it. If you want to add their birthday in here, you can set it up to automatically send them a happy birthday message via text. There's like a lot of cool stuff that you can do with this. But this is, anyway, just this is the process that I use for my Facebook group. So I add them to this campaign, this group, and I click save. And that's all I have to do. And then Scipio is going to text them right away with that link that I showed you in the first message. It's going to follow up 24 hours later and see if they have any questions. And now they have access to me via text without me giving them my actual phone number. They can text me through Scipio. So it's just giving them another level of access to me to get their questions answered. And then just one other thing that I do that generates leads automatically from my Facebook group is I always have something pinned to the top of the group for new people that welcomes new people in. And I switch this up, but I always have a free resource. So I have a lot of different free resources that I've created that are available on the internet where people can opt in to get some sort of a free guide from me. The free guide that's being offered in my Facebook group right now is 80 reusable content ideas for social media, email, video marketing, and blog posts. So my welcome post that I have pinned to the top of the Facebook group, you can see here it says unpinned from top. If it wasn't pinned, it would say pinned to top. So I have this pinned to the top. So this just stays at the top of the group. So when someone gets automatically added to the group, even before I go and add them to my email list, if they put their email in there, they can come in here right here. And if, I say, do you want some help coming up with ideas for what to post each day on social media? And here's the checklist. And they can click here. And when they click here, it takes them to this page where they can put their name and email address in automatically and get this resource. And like I said, I change this resource up from, on a regular basis because I want, maybe there's some people that are already in my Facebook group that already have this resource, but there's another resource that could potentially help them. So I'm always creating resources and I just kind of circulate through all of the different resources that I have. And I always have one at the top of my Facebook group so that there's a way for people to get something valuable from me right away and to add themselves to my email list right away. So there's one other way that I generate leads from my Facebook group that I want to point out as well. So I like to welcome my new members into the group, and Facebook makes it really easy to do this and to tag the new members at the same time. So what this does is when people are tagged in a post, they're much more likely to see it. Sometimes we post in our group and not everybody sees our post, but when somebody is tagged, they're going to get a notification from Facebook. So Facebook makes it really easy to automatically tag new members in a welcome post. So if I come under here where it says members, it's going to show me how many new members I have this week, and it's going to say write a welcome post. And then what this does is it is going to open up a window where it says, let's welcome our new members, and it's automatically going to tag the new members. Well, what I like to do is to create my own custom welcome email. And in that welcome email, I'm going to remind them again about a free resource that I have. Whatever one I'm featuring, like I just showed you, I'm going to include a link to it in the welcome post as well. But I'm also going to give my new members an opportunity to introduce themselves because I want to know who's in the group and give them the opportunity to introduce themselves and give other people the opportunity to get to know them. So I have a welcome message that I use, and I have a couple of different images that I use that I just alternate between in these welcome posts. So I'll just, put one of the images in, I'll paste in my welcome email, and then it's automatically going to tag all of my new members, and that's also going to give them the opportunity to opt in for my free resource. So I'll just show you real quick how I do that. So you'll see right here is the last welcome post that I did, and it has this image with it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this welcome post. I'm going to come over, I'm going to upload the other image because I like to alternate between the two. So I've got my image, and then rather than just let's welcome our new members, I'm just going to paste in my welcome message. And I like to add bullets here. Okay, so now I have a welcome message that says, be sure and download this free PDF I created for you that has 80 reusable content ideas. So it's just reminding them it's the same resource that I'm featuring that's pinned at the top of the group like I just showed you, but I'm offering it to them again in this welcome post. So this is just another way to let my new members opt themselves into my email list and to give them something valuable right away to start to develop that relationship with them. And then it automatically tags my new members, and I have this image here. So then I click post, and now you'll see here's the message, and it's welcoming in all of these new members. So that's just one other way that I connect with my new members and offer them a resource so that they can opt into my email list and get something valuable from me. So that's it. That's my process, and I hope this has been helpful. Again, if your group is growing really, really quickly, and you're getting hundreds or thousands of new people in your group every day or whatever, then you're probably going to want to use a third-party tool. And when my group gets to that point, I will do another training and show you what I'm doing. But for now, this is how I do it, and this works really well. So this, the automatic member approvals has just been a really, really cool tool because it saves all of that information there for 28 days. So you can come back to it, and I don't need to use a spreadsheet. And you can change up the questions anytime you want. So like if you're doing a specific event in your Facebook group and you want people to answer questions specific to that event, you can change the questions for that length of time so that people are answering questions relevant to what your event is, and then you have all their answers there. So like let's say you're doing some type of a challenge, like a 5-day challenge to help people lose weight or something like that. You can change the questions to say, what's your biggest what's your weight loss goal for this 5-day challenge? What's your biggest struggle? I mean, you know what I mean? Like you can ask these questions that are specific to your challenge, and then when you're doing your challenge, you can refer to people's answers so that you can serve them directly. Like you can answer their questions specifically or create content specifically to help them with the things that they're struggling with because they told you what they're struggling with in these answers. So you can change these membership questions anytime you want. These are my default ones that I have because the people that are coming into my group are wanting to learn how to market online or get better at marketing online, and I have something that can really help them with that, so I offer it to them right here. So I would suggest, finding something that's specific to your audience that you can offer right here. But then again, if you want to change these questions up for a specific event that you have going on, you can do that as well. So that's it for today's training. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to leave me any questions you have below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my content. If you want to join my Facebook group, I will leave a link to that below, and I will also leave a link to the escape plan that I've been talking about in this video in case you are someone that wants to learn how to earn unlimited income streams online so that you can become job optional. So I will leave that link below as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.